All right, friends, let's discuss current affairs, economy, and banking. In the last in my last session, I had told you that we will discuss this Saturday. We will discuss uh, payments banks and small finance banks. But I looked at the dope that I would have to give you, and it turned out to be pretty long. Actually, it's a lot of stuff actually. So what I plan to do is to split this into two talks. We'll discuss the usual set of questions, which some of which will require a detailed discussion, but most of the stuff will be touch and go. But as far as the talk on small finance banks and payments banks is concerned, what we will do is we will pick small finance banks today and discuss them in detail. Okay, we'll look at the eligibility norms, we'll look at the lending norms, the capital norms as well. So let's have a talk. We'll begin with the discussion on small finance banks. I want you to have your book and paper, your pen ready. So you take down some stuff. So whatever I'll give you will be distilled stuff. I mean, quite swift, make them detailed, but to the point, very relevant stuff only. Okay, I'll take out all kinds of jargon, all kinds of technical stuff. So let's write small finance banks. Small finance banks. So SFB. First point, registered under Companies Act 2013. Companies Act, 2013. Companies Act, 2013. So whenever you write the name of the act, you write the name first, comma, followed by a comma, and the year in which it was, enforced. That is, it was brought in. When you say the old Companies Act, for example, 1956. So Companies Act, 1956. Negotiable Instruments Act, 18 something. Indian Contracts Act, 1872, like that. Okay, please make sure you put there is no, that whenever you write something, there is no space between the last letter and the punctuation symbol. Okay, just be careful about this. So here's the next point. Objectives. Why small finance banks? Why? So registration objectives. Why small finance banks? Right, the main part. To increase and promote financial inclusion, FINANCIAL, financial inclusion, INCLUSION, financial inclusion. Underline that. To increase and promote financial inclusion by first point, providing savings options, providing savings options to unserved, 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 and underserved, UNDERSERVED, underserved sections of the society, underserved sections of the society, underserved and unserved sections of the society. So there are a lot of people in India who do not have access to banking. Now they might have disposable income, that is, they might have some money they would want to save. Now they do save. Now sometimes, most of the money that is saved is kept at home. So this is an issue, my friends. Losing money through stealing, chori ho sakta hai paisa. There is a great deal of uncertainty about keeping money at home. So if the money is kept in a place that's secure, the family, the money saver is relaxed. At the same time, let's say if it's kept in the bank, the money will be safe for the saver, and two, the bank can use that money to lend. You got it? So it works both ways. The bank earns money and the bank pays interest to the guy who saves money. And for the guy who saves money, it's an issue of safety as well as, of course, investment. That is earning on his own investment. So bringing financial savings options to people who do not have access to banking. That's one. Two, supply of credit, loans. Supply of credit. Credit means loan. In simple Bhasha, it means loan. Supply of credit. Two, to small business persons, comma, small and marginal farmers, comma, micro and small enterprises, micro and small industries, comma, and other, I put a comma before and, isn't it? And other unorganized sector activities, 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 through high technology hyphen low cost solutions. High technology, low cost solutions. So when technology is used on a large scale, the cost normally falls basically. So, and of course, banking through computers, through mobile phones. This is high technology as far as the common man is concerned. So what happens is the cost of bringing this to consumers also goes down. Next point. Leave one line space, right? Capital requirement. Underline that. First point. Minimum paid up capital. Dash rupees 100 crore. Next, in case of small finance banks converted from urban cooperative banks, UCBs, comma, the capital required is rupees 200 crore. Okay, next, leave one nice space. Promoters contribution. Underline that, first point. Promoters shall hold a minimum of 40% of the paid up capital dash this will be locked in, locked in, LOCKED, locked in for 5 years from the date of commencement of business, from the date of commencement of business, from the date of commencement of business of the small finance bank, the date of commencement of business. Next, second point, if the promoter's holding is more than 40%, comma, it should be brought down to below 40%, to 40%, sorry. It should be brought down to 40%, not below, to 40% within 5 years, comma, to 30%, 30% within 10 years, and 15% within 15 years. So if the promoters, let's say, hold 40%, let's say 50%, by the end of the first 5 years, it should be 40%. So 50% नहीं हो सकती उनकी पूंजी में उनका निवेश 40% से ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकता पहले 5 साल में. Or by the end of 5 years, by the end of 10 years, let's say at the end of 5 years it's 40%. By the end of 10 years, it will be less than 30%. Okay, it cannot be more than 30%. And if but in the next 5 years, it should be brought down to 15%. So beyond 15 years, promoters of a small finance bank cannot hold more than 15% of the bank's capital. Next, leave one nice place, right? Listing is compulsory. Listing is compulsory within 3 years. After the bank's net worth, apostrophe S, bank's net worth reaches 500 crore, 500 crore. After liabilities, assets minus liabilities, whatever, after paying off liabilities and thing, whatever is left is net worth. Let's say in this case, it should be 500 crore. Okay. Next, leave one nice space. Right. Prudential norms. Prudential. 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 I repeat. PRUDENTIAL. Prudential norms. NORMS. Prudential norms. Underline that. First point. All rules, rules applicable to APPLICABLE, applicable to scheduled commercial banks, scheduled SCHEDULED, scheduled commercial banks will be applicable to small finance banks, full stop. Next point, small finance, you can write short forms, SFB. An SFB must keep aside, the required percentages of deposits, percentages of deposits for invest toward percentages of deposits toward CRR and SLR. CRR, that's cash reserve ratio, and statutory liquidity ratio. Next, full stop. Next point. 75%, 75% of the bank's lending shall be advanced to priority sector, under priority sector lending, priority, priority sector lending. So 75% of the bank's loans shall be advanced to sectors under priority sector lending. Agriculture, small scale industries, education loans, all that stuff. Next, maximum loan size to a single borrower shall not exceed 10% of the bank's total capital funds. Next, to make sure that loans, 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 are extended to extended to small borrowers, that is practice sector lending, small borrowers, at least 50% of its loan portfolio should have loans of up to rupees 25 lakh on an ongoing basis. So at any point, 50% of what a bank lends should not have loans that are beyond 25 lakhs. 50% tak, loans, whatever they have lent, should not have more than 25 lakh rupees. So obviously it is small borrowers who borrow less than 25 lakh rupees. Okay, industries, big business persons, they borrow much more than 25 lakh rupees. So to ensure that the aim for which a small finance bank is set up, that is to provide capital, to provide finance to small businesses, small marginal farmers. The government, the RBI has stipulated that 50% of whatever it lends should not have loans that go beyond 25 lakh rupees. It's a good one. Next one, last one. No loans shall be made to no loans, LOANS, loans shall be made to, no loans shall be made to promoters, comma, major shareholders. Typically, who is a major shareholder? Anyone in brackets, right? Anyone with over 10% shareholding. Anyone with over 10% shareholding. Anyone with over 10% shareholding. Okay. Major no loans shall be made to promoters. What was I saying? Promoters, major shareholders, comma, their relatives, relatives of promoters, relatives of promoters, relatives of promoters, comma, or entities of promoters, entities, entities, entities promoted by, promoted or owned by, promoted or owned by, OWNED, owned by relatives of promoters, relatives of promoters, okay, full stop. I think that's sufficient. So technically no money should be given to anyone who owns other units. But this, you have had this, PMC, you have had this, in the past there was something called Global Trust Bank, 2004 Takhi Bank. So yes, a lot of fraud happens like this. I am a manager with a bank, I lent to my cousin, got it, relative. He and I are hand in glove. He is a fraud, I am a fraud. So both simply run away with the money. He runs away with my money. My money is the bank's money. I don't care. Yeah. Nowadays, of course, things have changed. There is a great deal of scrutiny, oversight of who is to be, who is lending to whom and who are these people to whom the money is being advanced. A lot of checks and balances are in place. Still, frauds happen. Frauds happen all the time. They happen all the time because humans, basically bankers, government officials, ordinary people like you and me, we are all corrupt. See, when I say you and I'm talking of it's a way of saying, it's not that you are corrupt, okay. So it's not that there are a lot of bankers who are honest. They are the people who are stopping these kinds of scams, who are spotting these kinds of scams. They are ensuring the public money is taken care of. Okay, so frauds happen all the time, my friends. Now, I think I wanted to discuss this. We discussed this for 20 minutes, close to 20 minutes, and 20 minutes. And from here, because I didn't find any question in this set of made by my colleagues on small finance banks, I didn't tinker with it. I just said, okay, let the 25 set questions be there, and I'll bring in small finance banks just like that. Okay, here's the first question. The Kisan credit scheme provides adequate and timely support to farmers for their needs. For which our following needs Kisan credit card scheme is applicable? All of these you must have gone through this handout because you have access to this ebook actually. So I want you to write a little about one particular paragraph about Kisan credit card, and then we will discuss a scheme called Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. Okay, we'll discuss that as well. But before that, write just one paragraph about Kisan credit card. Please write Kisan credit card. Kisan credit card. Underline that. Kisan credit card. Okay. Right. KCC provides adequate, it's mentioned there, adequate and necessary, adequate and necessary financial support to farmers, to meet cultivation needs, comma, including purchase of fertilizers, comma, seeds, comma, pesticides and agriculture tools, comma, land development or any other expenses including domestic needs, NEEDs, domestic needs. ठीक है, चलिए, this is I mean, absolutely almost all kinds of things, and there have been some changes recently in the KCC also, but before that, leave online space. Some other time we'll discuss this KCC. I want to discuss a more important scheme, okay, which has garnered great importance in the recent long time, right? Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman, SAMMAN, Samman Nidhi, NIDHI. Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, in brackets PM Kisan. In shortcut it's called PM Kisan. Underline that. First point. It is a centrally sponsored scheme. With 100% funding from central government. With 100% funding from central government. Underline that. Next point. Rupees 6,000 in 3 equal installments of rupees 2,000 are provided to all farmer families, farmer families every 4 months. So not you remove all farmer families, put a dash 2K per 2,000 for every 4 months. 2,000 for every 4 months. So every 4 months, that is thrice a year, the farmer family, not farmer's family, farmer family gets 2K. So that's 3 times would be 6,000 rupees. Next point. Definition of farmer family. Definition of farmer family dash farmer, comma, wife and dependent children. Next, responsibility. Next point, responsibility for identifying beneficiary farmer families, BENEFIACIARY, beneficiary farmer families. Repeat, responsibility for identifying beneficiary, BENEFICIARY, beneficiary farmer families lies with the state government or union territory administration. Next point. For enrollment, comma, a farmer should approach the revenue officer, comma, or basically for revenue official or nodal officer, nodal officer or patwari, patwari, or any other official appointed by the state government or UT administration, Union Territory Administration. Next, a farmer can also go for self registration on the website dash PM Kisan, Pradhan Mantri, that is PM Kisan, KISAN, Kisan .gov.in, pmkisan.gov.in. Next, the following persons are excluded from benefiting under the scheme. Underline that. Right. landholders or landlords. Landlords, large landlords, you're right, large landlords, comma, those in employment of central, comma, state or UT governments, central, comma, state or UT, Union Territory governments, comma, those holding, those THOSC, those holding constitutional posts, constitutional, CONSTITUTIONAL, constitutional posts, 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 comma, those earning, those retired officials, those retired earning a pension of more than, those earning a pension of more than rupees 10,000 per month, rupees 10,000 per month, and those who paid, those who paid income tax in the last assessment year, in the last assessment year, in the last assessment year, in the last assessment year. Good, now lot of stuff we wrote, isn't it? Yeah. So now we are going to write, I think enough. Yeah, lot of stuff we have written. We wrote one scheme, about one scheme that is not mentioned here. Next, the report on currency and finance is published by the Reserve Bank of India. Now this report, for the last financial year, I went through on the RBI website, 2018-19. Okay, when I say last, the year before, in fact. Okay, it's very, very comprehensive. I mean, you name it, thing about the banking sector, the monetary policies, inflation, everything is mentioned in this. It's a terrific report. It gives you a great insight into the way the monetary system works in India. You want to know about something about finance commission? The rest we don't have to discuss, but I can give you some notes on finance commission. Just write 2-3 points. Okay? Look here. Finance commission. Finance commission. Underline that. Right. Set up by the president. Set up by the president of India. Set up by the president of India. Once every 5 years. Once every 5 years. Next, governing article, or simply listed under, listed, LISTED, listed under article 280. Article 280, I will correct myself if it's 284, I'm not very sure, I think it's 280. Article 280 of the Constitution of India, of the Constitution of India. Finance Commission. Let me bring it back in mind. Okay, I think it's 280 only. मैंने लिखा है यहाँ पे. Okay. So it will, through as the discussion goes, I will be able to pull out something from the head. Yeah, but I think it's 280. Listed in Article 280 of the Constitution of India. Next, comprises comprises one chairman and about four members, about four members, comma, including a secretary of the Department of Finance, Normally, one secretary, it need not be the finance secretary, it could be the expense secretary. Normally, it is the expenditure secretary. Next, the main aim of the Finance Commission, the main aim is to come up with revenue sharing formulae between the center and the states, Next point. It also recommends different ways to generate revenues for the central government, for the central and state governments, both are fine. Central and state governments. Next. Currently, the 15th Finance Commission is in operation. Full stop. It is headed by Nand Kishore Singh, N.K. Singh. That's, I think, the name. N.K. Singh's full name is Nand Kishore Singh. Full stop. He's an ex-IAS officer. Very powerful chap, and he was in the central government, basically, at the secretary level. Okay, that's a little about Finance Commission. I think it's 280. You could look it up. Article 280 of the Constitution of India lists various provisions for the setting up of the Finance Commission once every 5 years for the President of India. I think that's it. 280 आर्टिकल संविधान का आर्टिकल 280 जिसमें फिनेंस कमीशन के प्रोविजंस के बारे में लिखा गया है. If I am incorrect, please correct me through feedback. So, which of the following statements are true or not true regarding New Development Bank? New Development Bank or BRICS Bank? That's a logo. See this? That's a logo. Headquarters Shanghai. The initial capital is $100 billion. What are BRICS, by the way? BRICS are 5 countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and the capital has been contributed by each of these 5 nations, my friends. Equal shares, $20 billion each. Okay, it's authorized. It's not that it has been contributed. So, the first president, of course, is K.V. Kamath, Krishna Vaman Kamath, ex-chairman of ICICI Bank, ex-CEO, chairman of ICICI Bank, ex-CEO of, ex-chairman of Infosys Technologies also. The regional office, they recently, sometime last year, they opened this in Johannesburg, South Africa. Of course, it provides finance for bank, for projects that are even outside the BRICS nations. Dash refers to the difference between the current year's fiscal deficit and interest payments on previous borrowings. Answers there. We discussed fiscal deficit, all kinds of deficits in that session on May 21st or 22nd. I'm not very sure as to one of those Saturdays actually. April it was, I guess. But April or May. I want you to know where is primary deficit. Primary deficit is here. Okay. I can see number 16 here. Number 16 is how much? You see this for the coming, okay, we'll take the middle columns. Okay, look at this. Previous year budget analysis estimate was 43,289. So what is primary deficit? 16 minus 11. What is 16 here? Fiscal deficit. Total borrowings. Fiscal deficit we said is total borrowings. Okay. Total borrowings likely to be 7,03,760 crore और उसमें से 11 क्या interest payments. So you think about it. If you deduct interest payments from fiscal deficit, you get primary deficit. So what is primary deficit? You write one sentence. Primary deficit dash difference between fixed deposit fiscal deficit. I'm so sorry. Fiscal deficit, FISCAL, fiscal deficit, 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 and interest payments on previous borrowings, dash, continue there, dash, shows how much, SHOWS, shows how much of the government's expenditure, comma, other than interest payments, comma, can be met with borrowings. Total borrowing, you think about it, 7,03,000 in the second column, 16 number, 7,03,760 crore. ठीक है, उसमें से आप ब्याज कितना ब्याज भर रहे हैं? पिछले कई सालों से हम ब्याज भरते आ रहे हैं. We have been borrowing money, so we have been paying interest, and we have this year's interest accumulation. Look at number 11, 6,60,000 crore. So if you deduct 6,60,471 from 703,760 crore, you will get 43,289. So the actual borrowing is only 43,000 technically, 43,289 crore. This is what the government said. If there were no interest payments on previous loans, we wouldn't have to borrow so much. So we would have to only borrow about 45,000 crore. But look how much we had to borrow. So the borrowing is 7 lakh crore, but the actual borrowing, if you pay for पुराने जो भी loans हैं उन पे ब्याज निकाल के total deficit is only 44,000 crore. It's what they estimated. But what is this now? You look at this. They estimated, the revised estimate is likely to be around 1.41 lakh crore. It's going to be much more than that. It's going to be about 3.2 lakh crore rupees. But yeah. So you see this number. Just remember this number. I'll come back to this. So in the class on fiscal deficit, I had told you that the government had initially expected to borrow 7,03,760 crore at the time of presenting the budget 2019-20, that is last year. Okay, in February last year, when they were presenting the budget, they estimated the borrowings to be about 7.03. Then after the economy began to tank, the growth slowed down. So on 1st February, when the finance minister was presenting the budget, she said, no, we are likely to borrow 7.66 lakh crore. And I told you that since, the number had come out, things had gone bad. By end January 2020, that is last in the first 10 months of the financial year, we had already borrowed 9.85 lakh crore rupees, 9.85 lakh crore. And because the GST collections, the economy tanked and everything, the likely borrowings to be around 12 lakh crore rupees. 12 lakh crore rupee is going to be the fiscal deficit for 2019-20. 12 लाख करोड़ रुपए उधारी होगी, 12 लाख करोड़ रुपए उधारी होगी. उसमें से हम अगर फिजिकल प्राइमरी डेफिसिट जानना चाहते हैं, यू वांट टू नो द प्राइमरी डेफिसिट फ्रॉम 12 lakh crore rupees, if you deduct interest payments of 6.25 lakh crore, it's all here. It will come here. It's going to be very bad. There is no money with the government. Paisa nahi hai. Okay. So, we discussed this. Anyway, chaliye, aage chalte hain. The same thing as previous one. And we discussed this issue also. Bridge loans, we had discussed in the past. So, again, we will not discuss. There are a lot of questions in this session which are which are touch and go. Okay. As usual, you know that if it requires discussion, I'll bring in stuff. And if it does not require discussion, there is no point in spending time, isn't it? We have, we are constrained for time, and we'll try and bring out the maximum. So today we discussed small finance banks, we discussed Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, we discussed a little about the Kisan credit card also, we took a short note on that, and of course wherever possible we have been adding value. This is about the bridge loan. So before going for a long loan, long term loan के लिए, बड़ा loan के लिए, there is some time. The bank says we need some time. So the company would say we want a small loan now, so that by the time you give the big loan, for long investment, for big investment, everything for long term, we can use this small loan that you would give for stopgap arrangements. That's it. Okay. Which of the following are true regarding bridge loans, also called caveat loan? Caveat is be careful. Yeah. Short term, typically up to 1 year, yes, can be used by homeowners to buy a new home while they wait for their current home to sell. This is in the case, bridge loan is in the case of home borrowers, basically, people who borrow money for, to buy homes. Next, used as stopgap finance until a company secures long-term functioning or removes an existing obligation. All of them are right. It's there, choice 5. Basically, it's a short-term loan, okay? It connects bridge. You see the bridge, basically the bridge part. And wherever you find the sound, the letters D, G together, it's Z, bridge, Z, Z, sound should come. Bridge, say that, bridge, ridge, R-I, see B निकाल दीजिए, ridge होती है, R-I-D-G, which is sharp actually, sharp edge. So you have bridge, ridge, fridge, घर पे fridge होता है, fridge, okay. Knowledge, edge, EDG, edge. You don't say edgy, you say edge. Same sounds you bring in here. Okay. The board for financial supervision was constituted to undertake consolidated supervision of its RBI bond board BFS. So all of these actually NBFCs, financial institutions like LI, it's a domestic financial institution, though insurance company, it's a FI also. Commercial banks like ICICI Bank, you have State Bank of India, non-banking finance corporation companies, plenty of them in the market. So ILFS was one major NBFC. So for this overall supervision, they started this board so that things don't go bad for investors actually, depositors. Dash has set up an investor protection fund to meet the claims of investors against defaulter members. The answer is ISC. What is ISC? Interconnected exchange. You could write this. Interconnected stock exchange. Please write ISC. ISE. Underline that. First point. Interconnected stock exchange. Technically, it's actually interconnected exchange, but you could write interconnected stock exchange. Next. An investor can ask for compensation. An investor can ask for compensation. If a broker if a member broker of a stock exchange, in brackets like BSC and NSE, like Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange, fails, FAILS, to pay, fails to pay due money, due money, fails to pay due money for investments made. Investor can claim or ask for compensation if a member broker of a stock exchange fails to pay due money on investments made. So I have made some investments. Okay, I use them as a see. When I cannot go to stock exchange to buy sell shares. I need to approach a broker. So if I approach a broker and the broker cheats me or not paying me back my money, okay, then in that case I can claim for compensation under the ISC, which has set up the IPF, Investor Protection Fund. Now, where does the money in the IPF come from? See, IPF will pay me, but where will the money come from? Write this. Money in IPF. Next point. Money in IPF is collected by charging 1% transfer fee, charging 1% transfer fee, not transfer, I'm sorry, turnover fee. Technically transfer, but you could write turnover fee. Turnover, TURNOVER, turnover fee by the stock exchanges, from the stockbrokers, or rupees 25 lakh, comma, whichever is lower, LOWER. I repeat, money in IPF is collected by charging 1% turnover fee by the stock exchanges from the brokers, or rupees 25 lakh, comma, whichever is lower. Typically, rupees 25 lakh is lower, because a lot of brokers make a lot of money. Almost all brokers make a lot of money. See, when there are buyers and sellers, people like us buy, sell. We may not make money. The guy who helps us buy, sell makes money. They always make money. Okay, जैसे कि you have a piece of land. You want to sell this piece of land. You want to sell it to someone. The broker says, I'll bring this guy, the buyer. You want to sell, I'll bring the buyer to you. You will have to pay me commission, 1% or whatever the deal value. The guy will always make money. Whether you might have bought it for 50 lakh rupees and you sell for 40 lakh rupees, you don't make money here. The broker will always make money. Okay, so generally, that is why the membership of Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange is very expensive. Though they may say it's about 50 lakh rupees or 1 crore or whatever the number is, it's less than 1 crore. It actually is sold in black and it's generally not available. There is a long wait list for all these things. Okay, so what is this choice for? FIMMDA, please write. Fixed income, money market, fixed income, money market, fixed income, money market, and derivatives, derivatives Association of India, and Derivatives Association of India, Derivatives Association of India dash established 1998, established 1998 dash voluntary market body, for bond, bond, comma, money and derivatives market. Voluntary market body for bond, money and derivatives market. So money market के लिए, derivatives market के लिए, bond market के लिए, this is the apex voluntary body. It's not established like the government of India, voluntary body. Okay. Next. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has approved the restart of the Bundesliga championship behind closed doors in May 2020. Bundesliga, remember Bundes, Deutsche, all these things relate to in Germany. So it relates to, of course, football. Germany is one of the world's football superpowers. Superpowers. So you have Bundesliga in Germany, you have the English Premier League, you have the La Liga, plenty of football championships in Europe. But this year everything's gone very bad. So Angela, इनका नाम है Angela. When we pronounce, it's not Angela, it's Angela Merkel. Okay, Angela. और जर्मनी में प्राइम मिनिस्टर नहीं होते, चांसलर होते हैं. चांसलर. There are two countries where they don't have a prime minister, they have a chancellor. One is Germany, the other is its southern neighbor, Austria. Right? Austria. Yeah. Whom of the following persons tenure as the Football Environment Program United Nations Environment Program National Goodwill Ambassador has been extended till 2020. Dia Mirza. See, I don't know, this is all basically whether I should tell you or not, but I tell you what. See, there is always this environment is very important, climate is very important, but we need to be very careful about distinguishing, okay, whether it's good or not. See, we are a country where we are just on the verge of, we are starting to grow, okay. And developed countries like we have the European Union countries, especially Western European countries, then we have countries like Scandinavian countries like Sweden and all. They always insist that countries like India cut down on emissions. See, if today the world is in a bad shape, environmentally it's in bad shape, who is responsible for it? The industrial activity done by all these superpowers, all these Western powers, that's responsible. So we need to be very careful about what we should side with and what we should not side with. Okay. So see, I'm not a political guy, but I am very careful about this. See, people like Dia Mirza live in good houses, and obviously they need to be very careful about what they are promoting, basically. Okay. So National Goodwill Environment Program. We discuss UN programs and all these things. Yeah, recently. World Migratory Bird Day is observed on 9th May to raise awareness about the conservation and ecological importance of birds. The theme of the World Migratory Bird Day, birds migrate all the time. They move between, if you look at climatically, see in winter, the Siberian cranes move from Siberia, Russia, up, north basically. They come down to Bharatpur, mostly to Bharatpur. The winter in India is much milder compared to the winter in Siberia. In Siberia, which is the northeast of Russia, the temperatures fall to -20, -40, -50. There are places where the temperatures fall to. There is a place called Oman where the temperatures gone down to -80. Okay, and the lowest temperature ever recorded is in Antarctica, in a place where the temperature fell to -92. I don't know how they record that, but I was like numb when I read that actually. Yeah, it will freeze the soul also. So anyway, migratory birds are an important. They preserve the ecosystem well, and unfortunately, a lot of migratory birds recently in Rajasthan died in the Sambar Lake. In Bharatpur they died of a mysterious illness, maybe mysterious or maybe poaching. I mean, there are a lot of reasons for that. Okay, so the theme is birds connect our world, and what's study of birds called ornithology. Study of birds is called ornithology. ORNITHOLOGY. I repeat, ORNITHOLOGY. Ornithology. Okay, that is the study of birds. Then this, who is called the father of ornithology in India, or simply the birdman of India? Salim Ali. Salim Ali dash birdman of India. Bird, BIRD, birdman of India. सो मे 9 तो हो गया. तो एक काम करते हैं, मे में जो भी इंपॉर्टेंट डेज हैं 3-4, इधर plenty of them, I'll just give you 3-4. You write this, okay? May 1st, Labor Day, Workers' Day. May 3rd, Press Freedom Day. First Tuesday. These are only May. Hello guys, this is only for May. First Tuesday of May, Asthma Day. ASTHMA, Asthma Day. Recently we took a note on May 7th, Athletics Day. May 7th, Athletics, ATHLETICS, Athletics Day. May 8th, Red Cross Day. There is another disease. There is a disease day also. Thalassemia. Don't write. Red Cross Day. 9th May is this. यहाँ पे लिखा है जो World Migratory Bird Day. मैं 4-5 से ज़्यादा लिखकर I'm asking you to write more than 4-5. Right. No harm. Next. 9th हो गया. 11th, our day. National Technology Day. May 11th, National Technology Day. Next. 11th हो गया. 12th, Nurses Day. International Nurses. NURSES. Nurses Day. किसका जन्मदिन है? This is the birthday of Florence Nightingale. डॉक्टर्स लेते हैं हिपोक्रेटिक ओथ. नर्सेस लेती है नाइटिंगेल ओथ. जो प्रमाण होता है उसका नाम है नाइटिंगेल ओथ. Nurses take that. So I think we'll just end with 12 or whatever. May 12th, Nurses Day. चलो आगे चलते हैं. Which state has recently passed an ordinance to suspend most of the labor laws for a period of 3 years? Uttar Pradesh. To attract, investment. Labor is an issue, my friends, in India. Labor laws are an issue. A lot of foreign companies don't want to come to India because of the pro labor laws in India. So they say that we can't hire, we can't fire, we can't hire and fire. So there are major issues about this. So Uttar Pradesh has relaxed this. They said, Uttar Pradesh is promoting investments in the state. It's giving free land to a lot of industry, a lot of companies that want to come to India. But look, these are all long-term things. Things don't change overnight. Just because China has had coronavirus, supply chain reliability issues, does not mean that those companies will come to India. This is my favorite, one of my favorite areas, discussing economy and everything, especially global economy. But this is not going to work in the short term. Long term is a lot of things will have to improve. Yeah, in India the problem is skilled labor. Labor is not skilled. See, when I say skilled labor, I'm talking of industry readiness, knowledge readiness. If you see, if I have a BA, I have a BCom, I have BSc, I have BTech, I have whatever degree, and I don't have the right kind of knowledge to get a job, how will I get a job? Yeah, so there is an issue as far as skilled labor in India is concerned. Training could be given, but training takes a lot of money also, na? Time, money, and everything. So if a company employs me, it will have to spend money on me, isn't it? Yeah. So that money is a waste of investment actually, technically, especially if skilled labor is already available. If skilled labor is available, the company will directly put me on the job and I will start doing what I am supposed to be doing. But now 2 months of training, money spent on the trainers, on me, my food, everything. Oh my God, it's a lot of expense. So in any case, Yogi Adityanath's Uttar Pradesh to some other place now. India's foreign exchange reserves for about $481 billion as of May 1st, 2020. In this context, which the following forms a major portion of India's forex reserves. Foreign exchange, we discussed in the past, balance of payments, everything. So I don't want to discuss things that have been, I don't want to repeat, basically. Owing to the coronavirus disease 19 impact, the union government has recently increased its borrowings, market borrowings to 12 lakh crore rupees. देखिए है कि नहीं, हम कह रहे थे कि ना 12 करोड़ रुपए उधारी होगी पूरी. तो the initial plan was 7.66 lakh crore. Now it is 12 lakh crore. It's going to be pretty bad this year also. 2021 is going to be bad. There's no money with the government. Tegucigalpa is the capital of. Where is Tegucigalpa? This is Tegucigalpa. Yeah. Tegucigalpa is in Honduras. This is Honduras. आपको ये दिखा रहा हूँ. ये है South America, guys. Okay. I replaced one of the questions my colleagues built. I put this question in. Okay. Just to bring you some थोड़ा अलग से economy से अलग. ओके ये है वेस्ट इंडीज, इसको वेस्ट इंडीज कहते हैं. ओके जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस इज कॉल्ड वेस्ट इंडीज. ये जो यहाँ पे लिखा है वेस्ट इंडीज, दिस एरिया इज कॉल्ड वेस्ट इंडीज. व्हाई इज इट कॉल्ड वेस्ट इंडीज? बिकॉज व्हेन क्रिस्टोफर कोलंबस केम हियर इन 1492 he reached this place called Bahama. Okay, is अगर if you put a s also, it's pronounced with the s is silent. Okay, when he came here he thought he had reached India, so he called this place Indi, Indie. But he went back, he came back again, and later he came to realize that he had not reached India, and he came to this place four times. He once came here, Colombia, he came here also, yeah, यहाँ पे भी आए Columbus. And you should know, guys, that later when it was found that it was not India but a place located west of India, this entire set of islands is came to be called West Indies, west of India. Indi जो नाम है देखें, INDI. Indi is the name for the Dutch, in the Dutch language, DUTCH, Dutch, French, Italian, Belgian, Belgianese, lot of languages, Portuguese, Spanish, in all these languages the word for India is Indi. So that's how it is. Okay, आप Bermuda Triangle काफी कहते हैं. Bermuda Triangle जहाँ पे शिप्स वगैरह डिसअपियर होते हैं. कहाँ पे बर्मुडा ट्रायंगल? एरा. दिस इज बर्मुडा, दिस इज द ट्रायंगल. ओके, दिस प्लेस मायामी, दिस ओके, टेक फ्लोरिडा, बर्मुडा, और यहाँ पे एक देन दिस इज अ एरिया like this. So this area is called Bermuda Triangle. It's all things that whether true or not is all fun, isn't it? Yeah. So capital of what is this? Guatemala. ये देखिए Guatemala. आपको बहुत आसान है ये सभी याद करना. You will find it very easy to remember. The capital of Guatemala is Guatemala City. The capital of El Salvador is San Salvador. SAN. San Salvador. The capital of Belize, Belize, is Belize City. It is Belize City. BELIZE. Belize City. The capital of Panama is Panama City. Very easy to remember all these things. Except, you can also remember Nicaragua's capital. It's Managua. Gua. I said. Okay. Yeah. Amazing world we live in. Or 65 million years back, where there was a massive meteor that came from outside the planet and fell into the in one place, and that destroyed, that led to the extinction of a lot of species, including the dinosaurs. Where it fell? It fell here. this place. This is the place where it fell. Here, place. Okay, yeah, so much fun to learn, my friends. Please. पहले यहाँ पे ये देखिए कैनॉल है, पहले ये कैनॉल नहीं थी. Okay, so American ships would come till here and then take the road from here. Otherwise, they would, they would come till here and then take the, the ship here. No, it was very tough for the Americans. Or railroads, before railroads come, America is a very large country. 95 lakh square kilometers, 3 times India's area. Okay, very large. So anyway, so they cut a canal here and now you see ऐसे जा सकते हैं. Okay, yeah. Which currency is nicknamed the greenback? The US dollar. See, abhi nahi. Between 1861 and 65, American currency this is the main side. This is called the obverse side. OBVERS. Obverse. इसका रिवर्स साइड में जो भी है पूरा ग्रीन कलर होता था, इसलिए इसको ग्रीन बैक साइड was green color. That's why it was called greenback. But it was prevalent only between 1861 and 65. 1861 and 65. दिलचस्प स्टोरी है. बिफोर द अमेरिकन सिविल वॉर 1861-65, see ये जो this area, this entire area broke away from the US. ये यहाँ पे पूरा एरिया जो है ना, ये this is pro slavery. Okay, and these guys wanted to keep slavery, whereas the north, that is northern states, they wanted to do away with slavery. Blacks will not be slaves, the north said. South said blacks will be slaves. Okay, no equal rights for blacks. So they began to fight, and America broke into 2 pieces in 1861. So उस वक्त तक अमेरिका में, what was the currency in America? Gold and silver coins. No other currency was given by the US government. No other currency was issued by the US government. Only gold coins, silver coins were issued by the American government till 1861. Even then, even after that also, for a long time there was no currency. Dollar came much later. ठीक है? हाँ, चलिए. Who's this beautiful woman? She is, my friends, Taylor Swift. Amazing artist. Amazing artist. Yeah. She writes great songs. She sings beautifully. She last year had been made the global recording artist. Not just last year. In 2014 also she was a global recording artist. Taylor Swift. She was born in 94 sometime, very young woman, and if I'm not wrong, she's she has this. I was listening to this day yesterday. You listen. If you're free, you listen to the song. You belong to me. You belong to me. Great song. Absolutely great song. Especially people like you who are pretty young, you would find it very, very interesting. You belong with me. You not to me. You belong with me. To is order kind of thing. You belong with me. Yeah, great. और ये सभी बहुत अच्छे सिंगर्स हैं. But Billie Eilish, she is a singer who has come up with this song, No Time to Die. No Time to Die. You know what? This is the name of the James Bond film that's going to be released this year. 2020 में जो James Bond film release होगी, No Time to Die is the title. और title song Billie Eilish ने sing किया. No Time to Die. What a lovely line, isn't it? Yes. No, look guys, I read a lot, I listen to a lot of music, because otherwise, you can't, people will go mad. You should watch cartoons, you can watch whatever you want to watch, do whatever you want to do. Prioritize. The number one priority should be your future. Your learning today will build your future, my friends. So, luckily for me, as your teacher, ये सब करना बहुत आसान है, क्योंकि अगर मैं लिखता हूँ यहाँ पे finance commission 280 article 284, 280 or 284, then I say no, it's 280 only. I told you it's 280, but then I realize it's 280. Yeah, I'm confirmed in my mind 280. So I say that if I'm wrong, you correct me, but I know I'm right, not because I'm right, but because somewhere I've read it that this is 280 kind of thing. So it is your job to learn. If young people like Taylor Swift could build a great future, could influence, could become a cultural icon all over the world, sitting in Hyderabad and discussing her, think about the kind of impact she has had. Yeah. So ये हमें सीखना है कि सब कुछ वो सब कुछ सीखना है जिससे हम अपना भविष्य बना सकें, हम अपना फ्यूचर बना सकें. And if it takes English language, we'll learn English language. If it takes banking knowledge, we'll learn banking stuff. Let's learn. Let's have a lot of fun while learning. Yeah. So this is the age to learn, my friends, and become a great man like this great man, extraordinary man, Jahangir Ratanji Dadabhai Tata. Jahangir Ratanji Dadabhai Tata. That is the biography of, you see in the question, the title of the biography, Beyond the Last Blue Mountain. It's biography of the great J.R.D. Tata. It was written by R.M. Lala. R.M. Lala. Autobiography. Auto itself. See, I read my own story. I have an autobiography. Okay, if this is my life story, so this is an autobiography. This is an autobiography because I wrote it. Auto. If it's written by someone else, it becomes a mere biography. Biography. Bio means life. Graph means right. So Jahangir Ratanji Tata, he was awarded the Bharat Ratna also. He is one of the builders of modern India. Not just politicians, my friends. People like him have built India, my friends. Yeah, the great Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya, Bhupen Hajarika, people like Bhupen Hajarika. These people have greatly influenced this culture. Amitabh Bachchan. So we can't simply say politicians have built the country. No, these people have built our society. The way it has been moving around has been built like, people like him. So this guy is dead. He died in 1993. 1993. Yeah. Oh, I'll just tell you more. Just a couple of things more. Kishore Biyani. He is a founder, chairman of Future Group. You're right. Founder, chairman of Future Group. Founder, chairman of Future Group. Founder, chairman of Future Group. You know Future Group? Future Group dash owner of Central CENTRA. Big bade malls hote hain Central, where they say happiness is basically sold. Yeah. Central, comma, you have, what is it, Big Bazaar, Food Bazaar, ये सब इनकी है. Then इनकी एक biography. It happened in India. It happened in India. It happened in India. So he talked about how the retail revolution. I've read the book. It's about the retail revolution that he brought about and his contribution, his vision for the future. Terrific stuff. Lot of learning we can have. आप जो देखे चॉइस 2 में है कृष्ण कुमार बिरला, कृष्ण कुमार के बिरला. He is one of the founders of the, he was the chairman of the KK Birla Group. KK Birla also gives away a lot of prizes, if I'm not wrong. And his biography was called Brushes with History. Brushes, autobiography. Brushes, 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 Brushes with History. Brushes with History. KK Birla. इनकी बेटी जो है, 3 daughters. One of the daughters is the chairperson of the Hindustan Times Group. Okay. S.L. Kirloskar, Shantanu Rao, KK Birla is no more. Shantanu Rao, Lakshman Rao, Kirloskar. S.L. Kirloskar was once, he is no more, chairman of Kirloskar Group, which owns a lot of engineering companies like, irrigation, pump sets, agriculture, power generator sets and everything. Irrigation pump sets. Then you have his biography, is called Cactus and Roses. बहुत अच्छा नाम है. Cactus, CACTUS. Cactus and Roses, ROSES, Cactus and Roses, Cactus and Roses, Cactus and Roses. Cactus, cactus is a desert plant. Yeah. So, choice 5 PRS Oberoi, Prithvi Raj Singh Oberoi, Prithvi Raj Singh Oberoi, Prithvi Raj Singh Oberoi. He is generally called Biki Oberoi, Biki, Biki. There is no biography, nothing associated. He is a chairman emeritus. You could write chairman of East India Hotels. East India Hotels. East India Hotels. East India Hotels dash owner of Oberoi and Trident Hotels. Oberoi and Trident Hotels. Oberoi and Trident Hotels. Oberoi and Trident Hotels. ठीक है? Which is India's top asset management company as a 10 SBI mutual fund. These things keep changing almost every month. So, which Indian bank has launched voice assistance based banking services on Alexa and Assistant, Google Assistant, Amazon Alexa? ICICI Bank. Okay. I don't find anything to discuss that. Which corporate has launched Mission Anna Seva, the world's biggest free meal program? Reliance Industries. And I discussed Reliance Industries in the past, isn't it? Yeah. Tata Group, see, we just mentioned PRS Oberoi, East India Hotels. So Tata Group owns one company, you could write one hotel company, right? Dash Tata Group dash owner of Indian Hotels Company Limited. Indian Hotels Company Limited. Indian Hotels Company Limited. Indian Hotels Company Limited dash owner of Taj, Vivanta, 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 Gateway, 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 and Ginger, 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 Ginger. Okay. Who is the chairman of Tata Group? Natarajan Chandrasekhar. Underline Tata Group. उसके नीचे एक arrow खींचिए. Right. Chairman Natarajan Chandrasekharan. Natarajan Chandrasekharan. Next, आदित्य बिरला ग्रुप. ये भी हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं शायद. आदित्य बिरला ग्रुप डैश चेयरमैन कुमार मंगलम बिरला. कुमार मंगलम बिरला. कुमार मंगलम बिरला. कुमार मंगलम बिरला डैश ओनर ऑफ, एक दो कंपनीज के नाम लिखते हैं. ओनर ऑफ अल्ट्राटेक सीमेंट. अल्ट्राटेक सीमेंट, वोडाफोन आइडिया co-owner. वोडाफोन आइडिया, ग्रासिम, हिंडाल्को, HINDALCO, हिंडाल्को, among others, बहुत सी कंपनियां इनके पास, among others. A while ago we discussed Kishore Biani, Fisher Group. They owned pantaloons. Okay, they had to sell pantaloons because they had accumulated a lot of debt. किसको बेचा? आदित्य बिरला ग्रुप को बेचा. आदित्य बिरला के पास मधुरा गारमेंट्स करके कंपनी है. मधुरा गारमेंट्स owns pantaloons. You have you have Peter England, Van Heusen, Louis Philippe, Alan Solly. They're all brands owned by Aditya Birla. Adani Group chairman is Gautam Adani. Gautam Adani. Then L&T Group, right, dash, S.N. Subramanian. S.N. Subramanian. Subramanian. Okay. Which of the following ministries or departments are headed by Prime Minister Modi? All three of them. All three of them. I wanted to have his photograph, then I realized Prime Minister का photo जरूर दी है. Yeah, he's everywhere. Which power giant has been awarded the project to ensure reliable grid connections at Indian Oil Corporation's Barauni refinery? ABB Power Grids. ये जो ABB है, एक जमाने में, see, there are now it is owned by Hitachi, Hitachi, Hitachi. You could write ABB Power Grids dash acquired or purchased by, simple word, acquired by Hitachi of Japan for about $12 billion in December 2019. December 2019. December 2019. You write now. हिटाची एक सीईओस का नाम लिखते हैं, ठीक है, बाकी कुछ नहीं, सभी के सीईओस चेयरमैन कोई भी नाम लिखते हैं जो भी है वहां पे, राइट. हिटाची डैश व्हाट्स द नेम ऑफ द गाय, टोशियाकी, राइट, TOSHIAKI, Toshiaki. Higashihara, HIGASHIHARA. I repeat, HIGASHIHARA. Higashihara. Toshiaki Higashihara. It's a huge company. Hitachi is one of the biggest companies in the world. It's a Japanese company. The meaning of the word Hitachi is rising sun. What is it? Rising sun. अभी हमने आदित्य बिरला ग्रुप का नाम लिया. आदित्य बिरला ग्रुप का लोगो देखिए, राइजिंग सन है. दिस इज हाउ यू कनेक्ट वेरी फास्ट. ठीक है. एनटीपीसी चेयरमैन, एनटीपीसी चेयरमैन Gurdeep Singh. You know the full form of NTPC, na? National Thermal Power Corporation. National Thermal Power Corporation. Next, ABB. Tata Power. ABB dash, I'll give you the full form, okay? Asia, Asia. Brown, BROWN, Brown. Boveri, BOVERI, Boveri. Asia Brown Boveri dash. Where is it headquartered? Just write head office also. It's a Swiss company. Zurich, 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 comma, Switzerland, 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 dash. The CEO's name is Peter Vosel. Voser, V-O-S-E-R, Peter Voser. I love discussing these things. People who run the show. Peter Voser, V-O-S-E-R. And ABB is not a small company. It makes, you know, how do I say it? It is into robotics, it is into trains basically, it's into power units, it makes large power reactors, huge company, it's a very, very large company. Okay. Tata Power CEO, Praveer Sinha, Praveer, Praveer Sinha, Sinha. Last one, a government company, Power Grid Corporation, PGC. K. Shrikant, Sreekant, Power Street, K. Shrikant. Last 2-3 questions we'll just touch and go. The headquarters of the Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union is at Kuala Lumpur, which is the capital of Malaysia. Okay. It's one of the two capitals of Malaysia. Malaysia technically has another capital called Putrajaya. What's the capital called? Putrajaya. ये Kuala Lumpur के बाहर ही है, Putrajaya. So Manila is the capital of Philippines. Hey, these are all except Australia, because Sydney is not the capital of Australia. What's the capital of Australia? Canberra. 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 Sydney is the largest city in Australia. The protect consumer interest, the RBI has fixed permissible exposure of a lender on a peer-to-peer lending platform to all borrowers at rupees 50 lakh rupees. Not a 5, यहाँ पे नहीं, ये 50 है, ठीक है? What is peer-to-peer? See, when peer-to-peer, let's say आप अपने दोस्त को उधार देते हैं, you lend to your friend, that's peer-to-peer. Okay? Now, there is no middleman between your friend and you. But when you go to you borrow from someone, let's say, you go to bank. I put the money in the bank, you go to bank, you borrow from the bank. So the banker is the middleman. In another word, the banker is the middleman. So the banker gives me 3% or let's say 4% on my deposit, 4%. The banker would charge you 10% from you. So the banker takes the middleman. If we come together, I lend to you, I may charge let's say 7% from you. You save 3% instead of 10% to the bank. You pay me 7%. So it's peer-to-peer. But there is a risk, inherent risk, always a risk. Okay. So there are a lot of platforms where now this is happening, peer-to-peer. There is a company called FairSent. Yeah, आप just Google कर दीजिए peer-to-peer websites, आपको काफी कुछ मिलेगा. आजकल money tap है, people need money. Last few days of the month they say you must be squeezed for money. पैसा नहीं होगा आपके पास, पूरा आपकी सैलरी खर्च कोई होगी, आपके पास पैसा नहीं है तो इसके पास हमारे पास लीजिए. You should never get into loans. Okay, be careful. So, which country leads the world in pollution-linked deaths according to Global Alliance on Health and Pollution report? Of course, our country, it would be India or China. So in this case, it's India. But there is no documentation. In India, people are too busy earning livelihood than worry about pollution. Yeah, because it's part of life. Ethiopia के प्राइम मिनिस्टर को Ethiopia, just write one line, Ethiopia, just एक दो पॉइंट, पूरे सब कुछ नहीं लिखेंगे, सिर्फ Ethiopia dash. The prime minister's name is, he is a Nobel laureate. Last year इनको Nobel Prize मिला था. Ahmed Ali Abiy, A-B-I-Y. It's actually Ali Ahmed Abiy or Ahmed Ali Abiy. He is the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. Remember, Ethiopia. Ethiopia means burnt faces. Burnt faces. That's the meaning of the word Ethiopia. What is the capital? Addis Ababa. Yeah, nice name. Addis Ababa. Generally, what we do? We take the country, the lead, the capital, the country, everything. The currency, everything. No, I think this has been a very, very long session. It's close to 1 hour 40 minutes already. So watching on a system is a very tough thing. It's easy for me to to give a talk like this, but generally it's very tough. I think it's very tough to listen to someone like me for 2 hours, 1.5 hours. So thanks for being here. In the next session, we'll discuss payments bank, or maybe in the next 2-3 sessions over sometime. Whenever I get some time, I'll bring in payments banks, and that's about it, my friends. Have a lot of fun. Stay safe and make sure that you take care of yourself. Stay curious, guys.